Well, hello and a very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the episode number 264 for Soul of Lions, a global talk show that celebrates the spirit of service and leadership within Lions International, proudly broadcasted across more than 180 plus countries. I'm Lion Avdeep Nigam, the first Vice President of Lions Club of Mumbai Soul, the Leo District Chairperson for Leo District 3231A3, and the Chief Youth Transformation Officer for Leo Multiple 3231, your host for tonight's show. We are here with yet another immaculate episode of Soul of Lions, ladies and gentlemen. Under the visionary direction of our mentor, Lion Dr. Raju Manwani, we have today curated an episode which is going to be, in an emphatic manner, shining spotlights on two extraordinary leaders. Their journeys exemplify passion, purpose, and the essence of Lionism. Our episodes, before we move on to the guests, are brought to you by the support of our distinguished associates and sponsors, namely Gretex Corporate Services Limited, Property Anthem India Private Limited, DC Collections, Gretex Impex Private Limited, Vivian Garments, Khanville Resort, and Khushiyan India Foundation. Our first guest for tonight is a visionary leader, a dedicated humanitarian, and a proud ambassador of the Lion spirit. With a legacy of impactful service and a deep rooted commitment to community transformation, he has been a driving force behind numerous initiatives that have uplifted lives and inspired change. He's not just a professional powerhouse in marketing, but also the driving force behind the Lions Business Network, a revolutionary initiative that has empowered countless Lions to engage in purposeful, ethical business growth while staying rooted to the spirit of service. With an exceptional knack for branding, communication, and relationship building, he has redefined how we look at synergy within the Lions ecosystem. His efforts have also enabled the Lions from all walks of life to support, uplift, and grow together, both professionally as well as personally. An energetic visionary and a relentless doer, he brings passion, clarity, and structure to every platform that he's touched. Today on Soul of Lions, we're proud to have a spotlight on the story of a man who believes in power, networking, purpose driven branding, and building bridges of opportunity and culminating all of it together for service and community welfare. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the dynamic and visionary Lion Ramesh Lakshmanan sir for Marketing and Lions Business Network, Lions Business District.
Hi Navdeep.
Hi
Thanks.
Ramesh sir, how are you?
Fine. I'm doing great. How about you?
I am very well, sir. Absolutely ecstatic to have you on the show. Firstly, thank you so much for coming.
It's mind blowing, no? The way that you introduce, the way you are talking about it. No, Rajuji was talking about you quite long time when he was there in Hyderabad. No, I could now today witness it. It's so nice
Thank
of
you
it.
so much. Firstly, before we start the show, obviously, I would just like to convey my regards and Raju sir's regards, to you. He's stuck, while traveling, and that's why I had to head the show today. But he told me that he'll try his best to join as soon as possible. And while he's traveling, he does convey his regards and is really happy that you're on the show today. And like he talked to you about me, he's talked a lot about you to me also. So. We'll have a great conversation today, Lakshmanan sir. We'll obviously get to know a little about your journey in accordance to the format of the show, but
Yeah.
also with regards to the latest developments that Lions International is actually making on every single front, which is more relative to the young audience and the young Lions who want to kind of take the system forward. But before all of that, let me take you a little into flashback and ask you one pertinent question that I ask all my Lions. Uh, all of us in today's day and age have our own work life, our own professional and personal lives. But all of us have that one particular peculiar incident when we actually come into contact with Lions International and then we just never end up leaving the organization.
Sure.
So tell us a little about how your acquaintance to Lionism happened, sir.
Yeah, it was in the year 99 2000. See, I have more working background till 98 99. So I started my own startup in the year 99 2000. So it was in that year, and I am basically my blood group is an universal blood donor, O positive. Okay. So normally I used to donate the blood during the New Year Day or some occasions and things like that. So it was so happened that quite closer to my the new office which I established, there was a blood donation camp was going on by the Lions. So I just peeped in and I just gave my blood. as a blood donor. And so happened that one of my client was there, was a line member who present over there. So he was just looking at me. Then he said, "Sir, why not you join Lionism?" I said, "No, I am too young. I was 27 years old." Okay, so I said, "No, sir, let me just, because now even I am not married." Okay, so just I started my business journey, so let me stabilize something, then I want to come and join in this type of social organization. I love to do it, definitely, because in my school days and college days, I was in the NSS, and I volunteered many times, especially during Diwali season, in our native, where for the traffic police we used to give our time, and we used to go for the night patrolling and all, so we where we get some certificate credits and things like that. So I have that from the childhood, sort of a service nature, which has just come from the hereditary, from my parents, my mom, especially my mom. So who just she is an illiterate, okay, but she has given. She used to go to the collector office every day, sit there and get these widow people, those who are coming, no, those who are even they are also illiterates. She took them to the one, the clerk outside, who writes, the application form and all. So she used to get that application form written for them and get them inside up to the collector level. She goes and got pensions for many people, which we have witnessed many times. So because people used to come to our house, early morning sometime, that I'm from Tamil Nadu, so they say that Amma, இன்னைக்கு எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் பென்ஷன் எனக்கு வாங்கி தரதுக்கு வரீங்களா. Then she used to also adjust people. She used to tell, one old lady, still we remember, she said, "No, I am going to write in the application that you are not able to hear properly, so when they ask you any question, you ask two times." She prepared like that and went in. The moment she got into the collector chamber, the moment first collector was asking a very low voice a question, she answered. Then of course, eventually the pension got sanctioned, but the moment she has come out and to the home, she shouted her like anything. I still remember. I was about 7 8 years old, so that legacy has come from them. So then that's how actually, with this blood donation camp, then he started repeatedly coming as a client. So I was having a kids computer center in Hyderabad, and we were having about 22 franchises across Andhra Pradesh. So I was a quite busy person moving around. So his son, both the sons were got computer education in my institute. That's how actually used to come pick up them and drop them and all. Then we used to have the the convocation day and things like that. So that's how we have become close. Then he said, "Oh, no, you join. You do one thing. You pay your subscription. Whenever you have time, you can come and attend the meeting." Those are all the days. Even just like that, we cannot go and join. So they said you have to come first for 2 3 meetings. That is very much must and should. So please come. Don't pay the fees now. Please come and attend the meeting. Then once you are completed with the 2 meetings, then I can put up your paper to our membership chairperson, who will be scrutinizing it, and definitely he will be taking forward. It was one bank manager was the membership chairperson, and instantly I am the client for the bank. So he immediately he has just signed up. But touch wood that for the first 2 years, I have not attended any of the club meeting because of my time paucity and the my professional commitment and all. So it started something like that when I got married. 2 years later, at the age of 29 30, the 30 around, I got married. So then I started attending 1 2 meetings. The second meeting only, then they said next year the treasurer is going to be Ramesh Lakshmanan. I said, "No, sir, I don't know anything about it." "No, we know you are basically a commerce graduate with MBA finance as your background, and you started an IT company, so you are a little innovative guy. Treasurer role is very less. We will handle everything." The same person who sponsored me, he said, "I will take care of it. Take up the position." So that's how actually the journey started. It went on like that. And 2003, 4, 2, 2, 3 it was. Then I thought, okay, let me not be very active purposefully. So, okay, so it was one charter night I went there. Then it was eventually the Lions was celebrating the golden jubilee year of Lionism in the year 2005 and 6. Then they said though they were looking for hunting for young chap, because Ashok Mehtaji was the international president from Mumbai, right? A great man, a great soul. So they said, "No, we were looking at young people, so it is your turn now to be the president. I said, no, I have done, come on, I have not done the secretary, I have not done the vice president at all. No problem at all. You have everything. You have your own, good communication skill is there with you. And you have, you take whatever the assignment you completed. We want people like you. That's how actually they pushed me as a president in the year 2005 and 6. So when I was the president, it was an incident where no, that has changed a lot in my for me in Lions career. Okay, how it was the year we were doing some All India Lions meet. Our district governor P. Suryanarayana was hosting
Yeah.
in Hyderabad. Okay, so it was an All India Lions meet, and that year, our current international president, AP Singh sir, was the international director. Okay, so he was there, and I have been put in this seminar committee by my governor because I was just a club president. I cannot be put on any other positions because those days the hierarchies are being very strictly followed in lines. You know very well, right? So then he said, no, I have to coordinate with one of the senior past governor, Professor Govardhan. He was a no retired professor, so English professor. So I have to coordinate with him and see that no, there are about 28 parallel seminar tracks going to happen at Fortune Katria Hotel. So I need to help him to get all the presentations from the speakers and coordinate with them. And if at all any material required that need to be downloaded and to be taken a printout, sufficient number of copies, and so that's how that was the first assignment given to me. While during that assignment, I know we were doing several round of coordination meeting. Just 2 days before, the international director landed, and he was having a discussion with our governor, and the discussion was something very hot, and no, they were not able. They were just getting some tensed up. So I was in the other committee. So I went inside the chamber of my governor to give the report. So it was so instantly happened that after I finished my report, I asked my governor very friendly, sir, I think there is some confusion. Your dialogues I could listen from outside. Sorry, can I help? Straight away, I asked him the question. So can I help in any way? Because see, Lionism is a time, talent, and treasure, right? So then AP Singh ji was a very towering personality, you know very well, right? He's a towering personality. So he was looking at me. Kone ye chokra? He asked my governor. He's in the club president. He's helping the Professor Govardhan in the seminar committee because he is having an IT company. So he has is a little bit of technology guy, has a lot of things. तुम क्या कर सकते हो? That's what AP Singh ji asked me. I said, sir, let me know what is the exactly your requirement. Then it was like they supposed to get the international president Ashok Mehta ji for this event, but he got stuck in US. He could not come. But the host committee have promised that international president will be there, and there will be a photograph session and all those things where coin, and they got good number of registrations and all. So they thought, okay, at least if we are not able to get him physically, can we get him through live? Just remember that it was the year 2005 and 6. These type of technologies were not there. So they were approaching Reliance Com, where they used to have a video conference for 1 hour. They used to charge about 5.5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, like that. So they want that, but they don't have a budget. So they were scratching that how we can get it done, these things. So
Correct.
this is what the issue. What you can help, gentlemen, he asked me, our AP sir. So I said, sir, I have a quick idea which I got. Can anyone can shoot the international president at US in a small webcam? Can is it possible to shoot his video where he can give a message and things sort of a thing? That's quite possible, they said. Okay, then what I want is that person, you ask the person to coordinate with me. And what I want to do is let him do it. But while doing, let him edit the date and time of that date and time where we are going to run the show. Like how we are having a live show now, that sort of a show. Let him edit that and make a shoot, and that particular file, okay, he can send it to my server. I will give him a server credential. He can give it into the server. I download the same thing and I will make it. Those days, this pen drive and all not there. 5.6. It was a CD. So I said I will make it that in the CD and I will make it live. was awesome. He just, took up one certificate, international president certificate, and presented to me. Okay, that was my first, ever thing, and from there, non-stop, Ramesh Lakshman, giving the passion to Lionism.
Lovely. That's fantastic.
And it went on very well. You know how I made it live?
Yeah,
Because now it's 20 years over secret, so I can tell now. What I have done
absolutely.
is I have removed the audio card sometime. I have disturbed the video and said now there is a disturbance is going on in the net. We'll it will be coming like that. I made it as a live, but it was playing through a CD.
Fantastic. I
That's
think
it.
that's fantastic. That's one of the most unique things I've actually heard on this particular platform, despite being there on 264 episodes. So I think worth it absolutely, sir. Every single line brings obviously a lot of experience and a lot of different uniqueness in the organization, and that is what keeps the organization going.
Yes.
Congratulations and kudos to you on that fantastic experience, sir.
Thank
So one of my other questions with regards to Lionism, of course, and how things have moved on in terms of decades of Lionism is actually going on. One of my questions to you, sir, is you've seen and worked with people who are pretty much at the top even today and have been since a long time and have had close associations. What I wanted you to encapsulate for all our viewers, who are viewing this show from probably more than 100 countries around the world, is that how has an organization like Lions International evolved over the last 3 to 4 decades, especially when we were into the entire analog journey to the time when millennium struck, and then obviously in today's day and age of digitization. How has the adaptability and evolution taken place for Lions International to still keep going as a very strong organization?
No, no doubt about it. Because of the complete plan ahead module. Absolutely, we have to learn still a lot from the Lions International. I know that's how actually I love this organization. You talk about the leadership opportunities, the training opportunities. Okay, so way back in 2012, I got trained my FDI, completed my FDI. 2009, it was a Senior Lions Leadership Institute. Those days, it was not Advanced Lions Leadership Institute. It's called Senior Lions Leadership Institute. So I got graduated. I went all the way to Nepal for the Isami. That was the selection is also so critical those days. Even I am the first LCIP from India got the LCIP worldwide. After that, there was no batch of worldwide. There was they have disseminated to constitutional area wise. Okay, so the very first batch where we have about 25 LCIP graduates all over the world, and I am the only one representative from India. It was in the year 2018. So, but international, when we come back to about the international, the structure, the way, awesome. There was a Merle, then Merlo, then that comes in our great visionary leader, Naresh Agarwal ji, in the year 2017 and 18, got the service into make it and make a GATT, the global action. The action has started really from the centennial year, which means that next 100 years, this will go. But still now there were lot more changes are keep coming in. So okay, so it is how people like us, we should know take this into the next level. That's a duty of our seniors like me, what LCIPs, FDIs, or no ALLIs or RLIs, we call it about any title. It is not the title that matters. No, don't put that no after your name that title so that you enjoy that. No, in Lionism, if you are a lion, that itself is a great thing, whether
Absolutely.
you have a title or not. That's immaterial, according to me.
Surely. So, coming from a software engineering background myself, I obviously had something that I wanted to ask you. And before the show actually happened, I had a talk to a lot of people who knew that yeah, you were going to be coming today. So, a lot of Leos, because I represent them as the Leo district chairperson for this particular year. One of the questions that was very unique and very intriguing to me, also as an engineer myself, was that how extensively are we now using technology? Obviously, the AI interventions and also the central database management system managed by Salesforce is something which is very well
Yes.
known. But how intrinsically are we going to be using technology in times to come? With regards to membership, leadership, as well as service. is what
Yeah.
the Leos wanted to kind of understand. And I'm sure that most of the viewers also on our show would be posing this particular question. Your perspective on that, sir?
Yeah, see, we have to constantly, change. Change is the one thing which is constant always. Okay, so our international adopt that according to the time and very precisely. And today you talk about AI. We have already done that AI in our lionsclubs.org, and there is now something more is going on. There is a new team has come where I am part of the team worldwide. It's a growth and impact team where we have our international officers, executive officers have identified about five key areas, and they were asking us, 30 members worldwide there. We work 24 by 7, which means that now, for example, today it's night time. Now the same time there is a meeting going on by the service tourism people from the US and other part. So because I joined here, I said that I'll be joining them at 8:45, 9, like that. Okay, so that's how it is getting evolved. And everywhere that is already the technology impact is being started internationally, started doing it. Now, for example, the DG schooling. See, I was a governor 2015 and 16. Okay, so when I got elected as a governor, I took about, it was an 8 days in-house training for district governor schooling at the convention. It was at Hawaii, the world, the best tourism place. I have roamed, and my children today. My line is my elder son is a Leo line. Is a doctor, just completed his MBBS. It's okay. So this another one is yet to join because he's just Leo only. He's in the age is not okay. Both the guys. Other is an engineer. He's just started his engineering in Triple IT this year. He joined. Okay, through your
The AIEEEs.
yes. Not A triple. Those days it was A triple. Now it's triple IT. Okay, CSE he joined in Kannur. So, what I mean to say that no, that my both the sons they enjoyed the trip. So they always say that Lions is something. 40 days they enjoyed the deal. So those days it was 8 days. Slowly it has evolved, and in between about 5 8 years we had about two breakup sessions for the district governors. 5 days in Chicago, that's a headquarters, so that they will have an experience on headquarters, because very well our convention happens at different countries. Okay, so then in the wherever convention is happening 2 days, but now the scenario is totally different. Now that even that Chicago is being closed now, coming year onwards, it's in Hong Kong, and there are virtual training started for the vice governors. Okay, previously there was no virtual training at all. So now they split the module so that vice governors will be given an enough training. So this year, I am actually the one of the group coordinator from India. There are three group coordinators are there along with me, Monica Savant and um, mm, Ravi Manuja from Delhi.
Oh,
Uh,
lovely.
yeah, you know Ravi Manuja ji.
Oh, yeah. Everyone who's actually attended the
Everyone
institute,
knows him. Everyone knows him. Yeah, he was a vice chancellor, Amity University. So such a
and
stalwart. So
very
we three
lovable
are
guy and very good at the
we, we,
institute.
we we three are there. We have been given a group of about 30 35 governors, second vice governors, and our virtual session is going to start from November, and that will be there for next year. Also, it will be a virtual session for the second vice governor, and it's going to be only 2 days. See, that's how actually the technology, using the technology Alliance International is evolving, where
Yeah.
they are encouraging more the virtual schooling. Okay, use the technology, and there was one course called FDES. Now they closed it, but I'm on one of the FDES graduate also, faculty development e-series. So I used to do that session. The training session used to be there in the US time. It's for a week to get your certification. I did in the year 2016 17. I'm an FDES graduate. There are only very few FDES graduate. After that, they closed it. But then, when the pandemic has come, they thought,
Yeah.
okay, this would have been more done. So now they put more in the virtual portal also. Okay, Lions Learning Center is such a beautiful thing. So wherever
Absolutely.
I go, I used to tell them that, boss, you are paying 10,000 rupees, 25,000, but still worth it. If you want to go and do a course outside, each course costs you about 3 to 5,000. There are about 30 modules are there. A lakh rupee you are going to spend, but you are paying a subscription of 10,000 and you're enjoying all these things. What else is required? And above that, we are the global service leader, isn't it?
Totally.
So that's how actually, technology is evolving in the Lions International, where they're totally moving into virtual mode, and see that no, they are also being given training, and they have introduced a new software, Kudos software, that's similar to this type of a platform, and similar
Yeah.
other platform, more convenient than Zoom. So now slowly things are getting evolving.
Fabulous. I think that's great. So also, I just wanted to kind of like understand. Obviously,
And
you're
one
leading.
thing, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, no problem.
Passion in me is something like unstoppable. Our company got the Meta partnership, platinum partnership in the year 2018-19. Okay,
Oh wow.
then we started planning a big way projects and all, where we can integrate in any of the ERP and things. Basically, we are a customized application specialist. Okay, because of my functional experience and the IT experience background. So when I thought what type of things are done, there was a close down, pandemic. Then immediately, our past international director, Sunil Kumar from MD 320, he
Yep.
just called me one day, Ramesh. Many people are asking me about the online voting software because now the world is closed. Now, why can't you think you do something innovative? Because I know very well you are an innovative guy. So it is my passion has been ignited by Sunil ji. Then I sat with my people. All things have been done in video conferencing and things only, because it was closed. Complete office is closed. Everything is closed. So I invited my engineers and I sat with them. I evolved the best WhatsApp based voting application software, and being used by more than 45 districts. Even today, in MD
Wow.
322, 322B is using my application, though they are having no physical convention. Voting is done by through my application, because it takes about maximum half an hour to 45 minutes time to people to vote and count, give result, everything will get close on a click of button. If you say 1 to 3 is your time, 3 2, you click a button, submit result will be displayed on the big screen. So
Fabulous.
we have done in a WhatsApp based, where people will send their membership number. Credential committee has to give. There is a procedure for it. Credential committee will be giving the credential to us. So they will be typing their membership number. It will check that the membership number is coming from the same WhatsApp number which is being already there in the database. Then it will throw a link to them. Once they click on the link, the OTP comes to them. Everything is in WhatsApp. Okay, once they type the OTP, the ballot paper gets open. Once you give your access of the first option, it will get vanished so that no one can take a screenshot. It's a complete foolproof. It was being tested left, right, center by PID Sunil sir, PID Vijay Raju, PID our own now president, international president AP sir, Sangeeta ma'am, and all. Then they found, okay, this is the best software. Then they started recommending to me. We have done about 45 district selection, including one district in Pakistan.
Wow.
Okay, that's a passion. That's about the technology, how we can connect. See, we say talent, time, talent, and treasure. Our line should give. So whatever is possible by you. It's not that every time, because see, I am born in a Vedic family. Okay, my father was a Purohita. We were four siblings. So for us to get educated, only his all earnings were sufficient. Okay, so he could not. So, but it is so I was not a born rich guy. Okay, I'm a very, very, very average, hand to mouth existent people. So we know very well how we have lived, how we have brought up. And
Yeah.
I'll just finish up with one of my very, very emotional project. Okay, which is even currently also I'm doing since 10 years. It's called Wealth Out of Waste. And for this only, I got an award through our Raju Manwani ji under the Swachh Bharat in the year 2015 and 16. I've been invited to Mumbai by Raju Manwani ji through the hands of our Naresh Agarwal ji. I got the best prize. Okay, this is what is it is. I collect the waste paper. I hand it over to ITC Bhadrachalam, that classmate books. You may be knowing the classmate books.
Yeah.
The manufacturer is ITC Bhadrachalam. So I give them the paper. They give us, instead of money, notebooks, which I give it to the government school children. This
Wow.
project I started in my year and continuing ever. Every year, more than about 5,000 to 6,000 students with the 20, 30 set of notebooks. And last year, we had an Isami over here in Hyderabad. So there was a 1,000 orphans donation slogan has come by our PID. Sunil sir is again a very innovation. I see all these things, most of the things I got adapted from our PID Sunil sir. I just look at him whenever he is speaking. I'm just telling you as a Leo, you have to, every Leo, I'm telling whoever Leo here, just listen to them. And what is the good in that, pick up and no, try to. So that's how actually he's one of my best mentor. So he said, Ramesh, we want to go for 1,000 orphans donation. We have to do such an activity. So immediately I have talked to ITC people. They also do that camelin, geometry box. With this waste paper, I got 1,000 geometry box donated to the 1,000 orphans through my club.
Wow, that's fantastic.
An emotional project which I continuously do. I'll do till my, because what happened, why this is so emotionally connected to me. As I said, my father was a prohibitor, okay, and we are a very hand to mouth extended family. And in the month of June, where the school reopens, okay, it is called that Adi Masam, that is Ashadam in Telugu. I think that there is no muhurtams, there is no marriages, there is no good things will be performed in any of the houses, right? So there is
Yes.
no income for my father, literally no income for my father. So my mom used to go take a loan. Loan is also something like daily basis. You have to pay the interest. Okay. And go take that 1,000 or 500 rupees, get into the market. She goes all the way about 30 kilometers away because where we'll get cheap notebooks. She used to buy that and give it to us. So this is where I emotionally connected. So when I invented this project, the very first notebook I have given through my mom. Then she said, she's not live now. She said, Beta, this you have to continue till your death. This is one thing which you are doing very great. Because I used to come, as a as a candidate, as a governor, spend a lot of time, so come always late. So my father and mom used to ask me that, are you getting any money out of this Lions Club? So much time you are spending. The moment I come from the office, I just finish my dinner and I'll get into it, do something. I'm the person who has done about 5 lakhs messaging campaign. 5 lakhs to all the lines, something called Know the Fact. 1917 to 2013, when I was a candidate. What has happened in Lionism in various stages, in small
Wow.
dosage. Those days it was a 160 characters is the one message, right? Bulk messaging. I used to do the bulk messaging, so I have done about 5 lakhs messages to all my lines, taught them that to know the fact. The column is called Know the Fact. Just I send. This is
That's
what, see,
fantastic.
time is not sufficient. It was a 22 years journey. I'm a life member now. Okay, go ahead with the other questions.
Absolutely. No, I think that is pretty much an absolutely amazing journey. Obviously we are, I think I'll definitely report this to Raju sir that the amount of time that we've been allotted is absolutely extremely less to actually talk about all these things.
Correct,
Uh,
correct.
just for the sake of time, we've got time for one more question. So that one more question that I wanted to ask, sir. Obviously, you mentioned about the leadership institutes that we have, but obviously delving into that is going to take a lot of time. All I can say to the viewers that it's something which is a very transforming intervention by Lions International, and all of you should participate in the same. But my question to you before we end this particular episode, I'm surely to end it to have another one after this is basically about the Global Growth and Impact Committee that you actually mentioned. Thanks to you, I also got a chance to get added to that particular group. But just to give our viewers and everyone, who's a probable lion who's just watching us today, just to kind of give them a little bit of a gist about what this entire movement is all about, the growth and the Global Growth and Impact Committee. If you could just delve a little on this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is basically, for the next 10 years, 20 years, this is just how we can drive. What are all the new initiatives we can take? Because as I said, change is the only, constant which we have to keep change things. Otherwise, no, we are not being there in the market. We know the best example of Nokia phone, right? So I don't want to know, because as you said, no, my credential as a marketing guy, of course, no, marketing just like that it goes under as an LCP. We used to give 3 hours, 6 hours lectures, okay, non-stop standing mode, not like this type of a sitting mode, okay. But coming back to this, the growth and impact team, this is where they have about 5 different verticals are there. The first vertical is about service tourism. We all know very well, we travel a lot. Many of the lines travel a lot. In fact, many individuals travel a lot. But when we as a line travel to other part of the country, or other part of the in our own country, other part, or other district, or other state, or in other country, why can't we do some service over there, so that the service tourism can be club together. We know very well there are underdeprived countries are there, like the African countries, where we have to do on more services. They need more projects like that. Even there are countries like the Korean countries or Japanese, they want to come to India. There is a rich heritage is there, so we can show them. While showing them, also we can also get them executed some projects. This is what about the service, tourism department. Like that, there are about five departments are there. Another is innovation and information technology. What is the best we can do? The information and innovation. What the innovation we can do in the information technology for the Lions organization. So ultimately, that drive as the mission 1.5, and similar way the Lions network, you talk about it today, we know very well. There are many business networks are available, and in fact this is also one of my pet subject. For the past 15 years I used to ask many people, and I'm in many of the groups in India. There are many of the Lions business network WhatsApp groups is running, okay, quite long time unofficially. Okay, now the things are momentum has come. Now the international would like to have that as a big. Why? Because India is the youngest country, right? You agree? 60% of the population is below 35, and we want more people to join into the Lions organization. It's the age of earning. So while earning, what they can spend. So if they earn more through this platform, so definitely there is a chance for them to spend more, and the retention will be very high. That's how the Lions network has come. It may be not only a business network. Say for example, there are about cricket lovers. There can be a Lions cricket club can be formed. Okay, there are many things. Okay, so that's the Lions network area where it's a constant. We are writing the papers. Okay, we are discussing, brainstorming what is the best possible out of it. We can just how to give it to the present it to the executive officers, and then from there it will go to the international board. Once international board approves it, then it may be get implemented. And we don't have any budget now. We are totally working on virtual with our own experience and expertise. Every one of our people are we are giving our thought process in that. Suppose for example I am giving an idea how best this can be further added, or what can be added, or what can be removed from this. That's how actually we are making the papers. Okay, once that is being done, then we will be that will be presented. So this is about the growth and impact team. It's an ad hoc committee formed by the international under our president AP sir, and very dynamically supported by Sangeeta ma'am. I can just say only that single one. Ultimate dynamic ma'am. Ma'am is actually a sort of a energy source. I love
Absolutely. I
that.
think
Recently, when our president was telling that no, why people are running out, saying that mission 1.5, mission 1, because there are many viewers are there. It's for the benefit of the viewers. He has very clearly, very simply described mission 1.5 is an electricity, right? So it is invisible. Why? Because we need more service. Okay, so if the electricity is there only, then this technology is possible. Today we can connect across 100 countries. You said people are watching, right? So mission 1.5 is electricity. It's an invisible one. So try to see that that is in continuous supply. Okay, that's
absolutely.
it.
I think that's a fantastic message, and I believe that's great information also. Ramesh sir, really ecstatic to have actually gotten a chance to host you on this particular show, but really sad that we have to end here. But I'm sure that yeah, we'll have to have another episode where we get more agenda and we spread more information, because I believe today's in today's day and age, I believe information is how we can actually reach out to more people with all the avenues that we have. Thank you so much once again, Ramesh, for coming on the show, sharing your insights and sharing your wisdom of lionism. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you a lot, Elio, Line, Navdeep, and also my convey my regards to Rajuji. He's a
Surely, sir.
great soul, right? No doubt about it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, after that fantastic intervention of with Lion Ramesh, sir, we are now moving on to our next guest. Up next, known for his strategic thinking and empathetic leadership, our next guest has held key positions within the Lionistic fraternity, leading with both heart and discipline. From organizing large scale service camps to youth mentorship, as well as sustainable development projects, his efforts have resonated far beyond borders. A mentor to many, a learner by heart, he blends tradition with innovation in every endeavor. His ability to bring people together for a common purpose has made him a respectable figure in the global Lions community. Over the years, he has not only held positions but has also been awarded and honored at for each of them, may that be the club, district, multiple, or even at the international level. Owed to his incredible performance and contribution to the Lionesque fraternity, he has also served as the district governor for his esteemed district. Today, on the Soul of Lions, we are honored to hear his story, a story of service with soul and leadership with heart. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor for me to welcome the charismatic and flamboyant district governor, Lions Salva Sairam Raju sir.
Namaskar. Very good
Namaskar.
evening, Navdeep. I was just seeing your closing. You said it was a nice roasting you. So once again, over to you, Navdeep, for a roasting. And it's really a pleasure. Thank you so much. As you,
Thank you to you, Raju sir, for coming on board. It's something which is very close to my heart, hosting this particular podcast, and with guests like you, it's an absolute honor every single time I get on screen to get a chance to talk and delve a little into picking brains of leaders like you. Thank you so much once again from the entire Soul of Lions team for you.
absolutely. It's a pleasure.
We'll start off, of course, a general format, a normal first question that I always ask, sir. All of our viewers who watch this particular show and watch leaders like you always have a little bit of a question in their head with regards to how these leaders have gotten on to this particular level, and trying to build a little bit of relativity. I take all my guests into flashback and make them tell our viewers as to how they got into their Lionism journey. So just a little about how you got acquainted to this fantastic organization of Lions International.
Thank you. Navdeep, that was a very nostalgic question to start with. And the word lion, which happens to be very emotionally connected to many of us, the leaders, those who have come to this particular level. I will take you quick back to almost around about 21 years. I got into Lionism through my brother-in-law. He had one of his zone event. I still remember it was his zone social, Vishwa Tarang. That was my first entry. तो मैंने वहां जाके बहुत सारे लोगों को देखा एंड फिर जाके बाजू में खड़ा रह गया, बोला ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन. एंड देन ही टुक मी टू लायंस भवन एंड वहां पे बहुत सारे लोग बैठे थे. मेनी ऑफ द पीपल वर सिटिंग and I was sitting right beside him, and I see one gentleman walked in, and everybody stood up. So my brother-in-law tapped my shoulder and said, "Get up." मैंने क्यों? He said, "He's our district governor." उठिए करके. तो पहला दिमाग में आया था, गवर्नर तो मैंने सुना था स्टेट का, लेकिन ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट गवर्नर क्या होता है? So then when I saw it, a kind of aura, and that was my first entry and the impression. Then gradually, he got me into Lionism, and I started my service as a joint secretary. And though from my school days, I was, in terms of academics, I was a backbencher. But when it comes to any other, all the curricular activities, I was a front guy. So typically, December to February is a month for all the school students where annual event happens, sports day happen. So we used to be in the front, and I was my class prefect for quite a long time. And I was a school prefect also. I am basically a basketball player. I'm born and brought up in Pune. And then that to be a part of the herd and lead the herd is from my school days and college days. ये भी कुछ वैसा ही है. And then when I was trained, my home club is Lions Club of Hyderabad Wings, which is formerly known as Airport. So I got into the post of a joint secretary where typical small things happens. Then moved on to gradually become a first vice president, then on to the president. And I really remember when I was a first vice president, I was hearing Ramesh sir telling me, so I always believed to cut the shackles and move forward. And that time the district governor was Lion Minesh Narayan Tandon. And I still remember when I was a first VP, our past president, Gunta Srinivasulu, he took me to his cabin and said, ye banda thoda, he's a quite person who likes to take the bull by horn. Let's take him on board for one Dandiya night that is being conducted in Hyderabad. And I was just first vice president. I still remember, as very rightly said by Ramesh Lakshmanan, when you want to be a part of the committee, you need to have a kind of experience and the hierarchies then. And I remember the first break given to me by was Minister Narayan Tandon. Though I was a first vice president, he directly took me into the committee and made me a co-chairman of a Dandiya event night, which was then headed by late past district governor Bhavarlal Jain.
Oh,
And मैं सबसे छोटा हूँ, लेकिन I still remember the kind of a heart and soul which I had put in. I really like that soul of Lions Club. That is something which we really work on. And from there, the journey started. And I still remember that is a time where I got into the real spectrum of the leadership. I still remember being a very youngest guy going onto the stage, standing beside Bhavarlal Jain Saab, talking for a couple of minutes. That gave me the charm. Then I moved on to be a president, then as a zone chairperson. Zone chairperson is a place where actually I really cherished upon. At that time, it was past district governor, late Sayyid Javed Saab. And he had given me an additional project called Akshay Patra. And again, here, me and Ramesh Lakshman Saab, we actually crossed the lines. And that time, that entire project was led by our today current international president, AP Singh Saab, and the international president that time was like Naresh Agarwal. And I remember my governor had called me from US saying that, Sairam, we need to do a project. And in a whole year, we need to give a 7 lakhs of contribution to Lions International. So, as I come from a completely a business development background, we would like to finish up the budget as early as possible and then stay back and relax.
yeah.
I said, why can't we do it in a 3 months and give it to him at the cabinet installation itself? And God has been kind. There are so many people who came across. The 7 lakhs of target, we finished it in 3 months and we made 3 times of that and there was no stopping. Then from there, I moved on to be a region chairperson. Then as a global leadership team member, GLT, at the time of past district governor, Prabhakaran Mohan sir, he had, along with Deepak Bhattacharya sahab, he had given me that actual break where it actually called a GAT, Global Action Team. Even there, we had something very phenomenal. I still remember some of our zone chairperson and region chairperson, where we conducted a leadership program, really adore the way it was conducted in capacity of me as a GLT. Then moved on to be an district cabinet secretary at the time of Madam Durgawani Surabhi. And then as a LCIF area leader, LCIF district coordinator for Kamal Kishore Agarwal. And then on moved on to, and today I sit in front of you as a district governor. This is how you have to make through all the leadership and reach here. But for that, you need to do immense of sacrifice, immense of time, at the cost of your family, at the cost of your profession. And while you're heading on to the leadership, it is not easy. You will have a lot of brickbats. You have to take those brickbats, convert that into positivity, and come and be to call yourself as a district governor. But Navdeep, for you, let me tell you, I don't come into a typical traditional way. In my all corporate career, I have been a country head for one of the largest agent of Western Union, handling almost around about 8,000 agents across the country and more the battalion of almost around about 5,000 odd team cross-function, outsourced and in-house. At that time, I have learned only leadership. We know only numbers, but the real servant leadership, Lionism has taught me. So I always request my cabinet officers, my colleagues in the district to call me as a first servant leader and then call me as a district governor.
Fabulous. I think that's a great description of your journey. Of course. Okay, we've got Raju sir who's just joined us. Raju sir, over to you.
I'm so sorry, Sai Ramji. I was little bit held up at the airport somewhere. And I'm from the mobile only with you. And I'm missing you and Lakshmanji both. I'm sure the Navdeep is taking proper care of it.
Absolutely, sir. He is taking absolutely a great care. आपकी जो पेडिग्री है वो दिख जा रही है यहाँ पे.
Navdeep, I must tell you this, both the leaders today, I really don't want to miss them, but I'm sure you'll be learning a lot from them. And Navdeep is our incoming president of the club, Sairamji and Ramesh sir. And I told you, I spoke to you about also, Rameshji, about this boy
Yes.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Navdeep, please go ahead. Wish you all the best to you. And Sairamji is an encyclopedia. Ramesh Lakshmanji is a man to be admired and follow. So you will be learning a lot. Carry on. Wish you all the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rajuji.
Great. So, Sairam, so we've had a fantastic start to obviously, listening about your journey and stuff, of course. One of the things that you mentioned is very peculiar, and I think is very important to be mentioned again in Lionism. Is of course, I believe you are referring to the concept of learning life skills. When you're working in a corporate organization or even in an academic organization, you obviously learn numbers, you learn a lot of things which are obviously based on curriculum. But what you learn in Lionism is basically life skills, which is on a real life basis, where which obviously teaches you multitude of things. So on that perspective, I just wanted to understand, you've been into the business development domain since an age. I mean, when I went through your LinkedIn profile, it was almost as if you dropped out of college to be a business development guy, once you finished off with your education. So and you've had, as you mentioned, you've obviously led teams, you've held a great number of positions. But what I wanted to understand from you, obviously on a personal perspective, is when you obviously took over, Lionism, and you started leading things at the club level, and then obviously at the district, when you started to manage teams which were coming from very various different kinds of backgrounds. How was that particular challenge, and how did you actually use your business development skills there to kind of like culminate it all together and make the best out of it?
Navdeep, I will tell you something which is very, very important for you, because now you are becoming a president of a club. Lions domain is a completely a different perspective than the domain we all come from. I had come from as you rightly said, when I was a zone chairperson, I was a AVP, assistant vice president, a battalion of people, those who were reporting to me. I had carried the same thing while I was talking to the one hierarchy up, that is my region chairperson. I still remember he calls me up once and says, Sairam, what's happening at the registration part? And abhi tak aapka registration nahi hua hai, kya ho raha hai karke? And I was telling, guys, come on, cool. Because I'm not here to listen this kind of tone. It is reverse side. When I go to the office, it's only either do it or please walk out. This is the culture that I have come in. Once you sign the budget, either you do the budget or you please put the papers. This is what the culture we have. And bola, ye to reverse hai. So then I had a very tough time coordinating with me. Well, listen, I'm here to give my extra additional time. The time which I spent, that time it was Blu-ray. Netflix nahi rehta. And I have a habit of watching a war movies on the Blu-ray. And it was the middle of the movie that he asked me. So you could understand what kind of a reply I would have given him. Then apparently one of my close friend, he said, Sairam, whenever you're coordinating or talking to your region chairperson or anybody, please, for God heaven's sake, forget that. You are an assistant vice president. I said, that gave me a food for thought. And since that day, whenever I am entering an Alliance Bhavan or any of the Alliance meeting, I remove my corporate shoes outside the meeting and become a lion. The biggest thing what I have learned in Lionism is a patience. You will find a people who will keep on pushing you to the wall, but one who gets to the corner, dust himself back and come into the center and take the flag again. And I say, I'm here for the liberty. I'm here for the intelligence. I'm here for I'm here for a nation. I'm here for the safety. That is the Alliance International. That is the kind. And I have not put to the test for one time or two times. I have been put to test for obscene number of times. You have to go through a lot of emotional trauma. If you seek to be a leader, you want to be a leader, you have to put in your lot of psychological intelligence. Any of your learning, corporate learning or whatever background you come from, when it comes to Lionism, it all has to be shut down and you have to really come up only as a lion who speaks from the heart, who uses his soulful intelligence rather than his psychological and brilliancy that what he is using in his corporate. And that has helped me a lot. When you come here, forget everything. What you are at the home or your office, you are like any other lion. That will take you to the ladder up and that will give you an opportunity to speak to the people the way you want to. So that's how I have conducted myself and I have controlled myself. Even today also I have been put into lot of tests. But just hold on. A patience. Your objective is to serve your district, take care of your team, and move on. That's how I conduct myself.
Wonderful. I think that's a fantastic example, and I believe it's a very, very relative example to a lot of us, serving in the Lions fraternity. One of the things that you obviously get taught during, your Lions stint is humility, and to just keep yourself into the state of equilibrium, as I call it. Because I also have been someone who can very well relate to what you just mentioned, sir. I think that's a fantastic insight that you've given to a lot of people who would now be obviously interested in joining Lionism also and continuing their journey. Moving on, Sairam sir, one thing very intriguing to me obviously is, you are someone who obviously mentioned about intellect. You mentioned about obviously that a certain kind of people where we all relate to, and we are kind of like, very well versed in terms of interacting towards, so that obviously we can also grow, and they can grow together. When you find a massive diversity of people, coming from all strata in the Lionistic fraternity, and you as a leader need to maintain your composure and at the same time build yourself in terms of being able to cater to all of them in the most, if I may say so, in the most predominantly associated understanding. How do you kind of like build yourself as a leader, and formulate your approach, especially now, that you're district governor, because you're dealing with clubs who are probably 1 year old, and at the same time you're dealing with clubs which are 50 years old. You've got leaders from different strata, and everyone's obviously looking up to the district governor, and trying to have some sort of relativity that, okay, this leader of mine is someone I can relate to. How do you basically build yourself up for that particular occasion, sir?
Navdeep, my generation leaders, we are basically a Gen Z. Okay. Now, I'm actually in the middle of the boat. I'm actually from the baby boomers, those who are a past district governors. At the same time, I am with a generation X. Now, I'm in the middle. Now, when I say I'm at the age of 51, it is at times become very, very difficult for you to handle a boat. A past district governors, those who are baby boomers, those who have been seen almost roundabout, there are governors who have there before I was born. Now there is a generation who is looking up to the Lionism in a very different perspective. In the earlier days, people had a lot of time, or rather say a good time, to spend for organization and a pure, clear intent. Now people have a clear, pure intent, but the time is less. So the most important factor that you need to know the exact pulse of your district. And one thing a leader should always keep in mind is he should always speak his heart, and he has to be genuine to his seat. If you are addressing almost around about 200 people, giving a almost round about 1 hour to you, it is not 1 hour, it is 200 hours put together. So you need to finish up your entire message, your organization objective, at the same time give the value of the time to each and every 200 people, those who have come in front of you. Now, while you were asking me the question, you asked me how do you maintain the composure. Just I have been talking to one of my past district governor. I was telling, and she was asking me. I told her, certain times situation teaches you, and certain things your position teaches you.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm sitting as a district governor, I should remove my shoes as an individual Lion Salva Sairam Raju, and I should remember that I'm a first servant leader and a district governor. A club which is 1 year old and the club which is 40 years old have got the same platform to open their thought process. They are not being divided by the virtue of the vintage they are into. So hearing a person with a 40 years and hearing a person with 1 year has to look upon to the same specs. But while you're delivering, you need to make sure the person who's holding 40 years, he gets the message, yes, I have been given the importance of me being here 40 years. And at the same time, one who is a 1 year old club gets the message that I am at the right place and I can have my 40 years as well. So that's at times
It's
becoming
21 hours.
at times it becomes very difficult. But God has been kind to me. Every time when I get into any of the meeting, I keep my head on my shoulder. I don't get the horns of the district governor, and I make sure that, fortunately, every position that comes in front of me in the terms of any kind of meeting, as a cabinet or as a GAT, as a region chairperson, as a zone chairperson, I have walked through all that shoes. I know all their pain points. I know all the pleasure points. I know the sweet spots, and I know the temperament of each and every profile that is going through and what particular month the temperament will switch on to. So that has given me a lot of learning to conduct myself as a first servant leader, a leader where a people will look upon to. I give you a classic example. I had told my team, my all team, I still remember there was a first meeting in our Lions Bhavan, which was presided by my district cabinet secretary, PK Vinod Kumar. I told 7 o'clock means 7 o'clock you will start the meeting.
Yeah.
Even if it is 1 second delay, you had it from me. Now that's in a good tone. You had it from me, bolo, so really had it from me, bolo, to ghar jana padega. Because we both well, so that we are. He started at 7 o'clock and banged, we sent the message at 8 o'clock, we finished the meeting. अभी मीटिंग खत्म होने के बाद मुझे बाद में पता चला बहुत लोगों ने कमेंट्स करे हैं, अरे ये तो नया नया गवर्नर है, अभी तो नया नया शुरुआत होता है, बाद में ऐसा होगा. But let me tell you now, Deep, not a single minute we have got delayed. I will tell you one more thing. As a district governor, he has an obligation to go and visit the club, which happens in the charter night, or that is called district governor's official visit. I came up with a thought, why the district governor should go only and visit the club once? Why can't he visit before, and why can't he visit twice? So I came up with a plan along with P. Sudhakar, who have done a tremendous job. We together and many of our people had the plan. I sent a request to entire district. Kindly give me an opportunity to come and meet your board and general body so that in the year beginning I can understand how we are going to sync, rather than meet you at the end of the year and then come and give you the gyan. Initially, we thought we might get the reciprocation from the district. I had told Sudhakar, if we get 15 to 20 club, it's great. You know what, Navdeep? Starting from 1st July to today in a 65 days, no tradition has been set. We have broken the tradition. Me, along with the team, we have visited 42 clubs. Before coming to this YouTube live, I was in Lions Bhavan concluding the last 42nd meeting. So
Fantastic.
when you come up with these kind of plans, people will start the journey. If you give the traditional plan, you need to have a convention and constitution. As a governor, I can't touch the constitution. I have to be within the constitution. But when it comes to the convention, that can be tweaked, that can be modified where it is the need of a time. That's how I take forward and control my patience. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
Fabulous. I think, just before we finish, obviously, I would love for you to give one message that, you think is obviously pertinent in today's day and age, and especially for all the people associated to an organization like Lions International. It will be fantastic to hear a message from your end, Sairam sir, before we obviously end this particular episode.
Thank you so much. I'm too very small to give a message. Okay, but I can just share my thought. When it comes to this organization, Lions International, which has got a legacy of almost around about 108 years, this definitely wouldn't have come into the existence, and this wouldn't have stayed till today if there wouldn't be an element of spiritual aspect in that. आजकल लोगों की धारणाएं थोड़ी बदल गई है. लोग कहते हैं कि मुझे क्या? What is that I am going to get out of it? Well, it's a fact. Today, if people have to walk up to the meeting for 1 hour, he has to make the preparation for 3 hours. All those lines across the globe, or my district lines, those who are, connected to this YouTube, I feel we are very blessed. The reason is we are 25,000 odd in entire Telangana state. There are more than 1.5 crores. I'm just keeping it myself to our Telangana region because I am a part of a district 320B of a multiple 320. these 25,000 members should feel proud that I'm a part of an organization which is almost round about 108 years plus. The every president who is a member, every district governor or international president, every president, governor, in a gong and gavel, there is a gavel. If you go out in an open society, gavel हाथ में पकड़ने का मौका either you get for a city mayor or a district judge or somebody a bigger person. The God has given you opportunity to hold the gavel in his hand. And when you hit the gong, you have to hit with a complete soulful spiritual thought that saying that I'm fortunate to be a part of this organization. I give my best. Always remember, I will close it with a very, very, very small story.
Yeah.
There was a man who was sleeping in his bedroom. Suddenly, he sees one person standing in front of him. और जैसे ही 3 बजे उठ जाता है और देखता है कि आदमी उसके सामने खड़ा है, वो बोलता है, भाई मैंने तो पूरा लॉक वगैरह लगा दिया था, and it's a full proof house, how did you come and say? He says, who are you? He says, my dear friend, I am Yamraj. तो मतलब what is that up to? बोला भाई तुम्हारा टाइम खत्म हो गया, come on, let's walk out. He says, I'm hardly 60 years old. I have so much of life to see in, and I have earned crores of rupees that I have to really enjoy. He says, no, thank you. Your time is up, let's go. Now, typical businessman, he starts arguing with him. Can you give me some at least around about 10 to 15 years of additional life? मेरे पास एक 200-300 करोड़ है, मैं तुम्हें देता हूँ. बोलता अरे भाई पागल है, ये पैसे मुझे काम नहीं आएंगे. बोलता साहब एक काम करिए, 200 की जगह 500 करोड़ ले लीजिए, लेकिन 10 साल दे दीजिए. After the huge argument between the man and Yamraj, he finally says, look man, you are done. I have a lot of parcels to be picked up on the way. So then he says, can you give me at least one day? He says, impossible. Forget about one day. I can't give you a few minutes also. He says, I beg of you. मैं आपके चरण पड़ता हूं, मुझे 1-2 मिनट दे दीजिए. वो बोलता है ठीक है भाई, अभी इतना बहस कर रहा है तो बाकी के पार्सल उठाने से और देर क्यों करके यमराज साहब उसे 2 मिनट देते. वो बेडरूम से भाग के नीचे चले जाता है और एक छोटा सा पर्चा निकाल के वहां पे लिखता है, to his son, grandchildren, everybody. He says, I have earned crores of rupees. I have dollars in my locker. There are pound, yen, dinars. Lekin my dear children, grandchildren, none of this currency is going to be helpful there. The only credit balance which you are going to encash there is, and that credit balance, you will get it once you join an organization called Lions International, earn that credit best and encash that credit when you are no more. Lions organization is the only organization which keeps the legacy on, and people will remember you if you are a good for a long time, and people will remember you even if you are not good, but for a short time. So try to be good and get remembered for the organization which has given you the opportunity to serve the society and making it best.
Thank you. I think that's fantastic. That's one of the best ways to kind of end this fabulous episode. From the entire team of Soul of Lions, Sairam sir, it's been an absolute honor for me to host you today. Thank you so much for coming and sharing all your experiences. It's fantastic. Only thing I actually regret is basically not having more time with both of you today. And I'll make sure that Raju sir organizes something once again so that we can
let's have something very nice cracking as things go spotted. And let me tell you, I am a very, very shyful person. I don't have a Facebook account starting from 2009. I'm sure you would have tried the deep down. And I'm not those leader who click the photograph and keep posting on the WhatsApp. Try to register in people's mind and a heart rather than posting a photographs onto your social media. That remembers long.
100%. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much once again. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode number 264, one of the most iconic episodes of Soul of Lions. I'm sure if any of you have actually missed this particular episode, please go on to our channel and Dr. Raju Manwani and basically try and watch this particular episode, because both the guests that we had today have had so much to offer with regards to life skills and lionism, and also how to conduct your own self as an individual in life that a lot of you can benefit out of. Well, until 265 episode of Soul of Lions, this is your host, Lion of Deep Nigam, bidding good night and goodbye.